Welcome to a new series that everyone's been asking for, and that is what it's like to be in a startup and part of a startup. And so I thought it would be really good to use a startup example that I'm actually a part of and serve on the advisory board. So with us today, we have Priyum. Priyum, welcome to your show. It is called Startup, the My Benefits Journey.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate you being transparent to the world and sharing what it's really like. And in this first episode, we're going to find out a little bit about you and a little bit about My Benefits. So let's start with you because that's the most important part. Tell us about yourself, personal first, and then we'll jump into professional.
Thank you, Ed. So my name is Priyum. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have gone through ups and downs of entrepreneurship. Built 3 startups, obviously, got to a great scale, and now this is my 3rd startup, which I'm really passionate about in healthcare. My personal experience with myself and my family, I got to realize that healthcare is for all, and it is to be served when they need it. And that's when our journey started. Me and Dakshil sitting in a garage, writing our first code, understanding what we need to do to build a healthcare startup. We failed a few times building up AI machine learning algorithms on the dental software on diagnostics, and then we pivoted and we pivoted to a platform where we interviewed a lot of patients. We understood the patient's need. We understood the healthcare executives, and that's how we started this journey of myBenefits.ai that truly serves a patient need and a hospital need as well.
Yeah, that's great. So tell us, when did My Benefits begin so we get a sense of the length of this journey? When would you say was your founding day?
Oh, in all, when I used to work at Facebook, and then when I realized that when I want to be, on the back to a journey of entrepreneurship, it was 2018. In June, I started my journey of an entrepreneurship, and I started building this My Benefit as a platform in 2019. It took us 6 months to understand and how we build a healthcare platform.
All right. And could you, in a nutshell, as we conclude episode 1, just tell us a little bit about what My Benefits does? And then in episode 2, we'll talk about a pivot, a critical pivot that you had to make in order to get to where you are today on the journey.
Absolutely. So My Benefits is a platform built for providers, payers, and hospitals to bring real value that brings patients care first, providing hospital the by reducing their cost, and also looking at payers side of the world, how payers are paying the hospital. So we want to make it a win-win solution for all. So when we looked at the cost of how the patients are paying on their copays, we started our first company called Treat Now, Pay Later. Really, the idea of Treat Now, Pay Later was to build a platform where the hospitals get to receive the payment immediately, and we provide a financing platform to afford healthcare in the United States. And I'll give you an example. The average cost of a copay for a large surgery can range from $1,000 to $15,000 to $20,000. And again, this is from very complex surgery to a small surgery. And that is where we started our journey. We got a great validation from great hospitals in the country, and we started building the product. Obviously, the market was not ready because of the interest rates going up, and we were not able to provide that kind of interest rates to the patients to afford that care. Obviously, that changed all in 2 years. But we were continuing focusing on the journey of healthcare. We wanted to bring real value and bring down costs for the healthcare. So we started interviewing a lot of people in the healthcare industry, executives, the CEOs, and really found out what is that really brings the cost down. What is the real problem? And with personal example, with my dad admitted at a hospital in California, we found out that the post-care support is one of the most important support, where a patient is required it needs that support when they reach home after surgery. The second is, how do you bring down the cost of the hospitals, right? I mean, the nurses are overwhelmed. There are discharges happening across every hospital, and there is a post-care follow-up needed for every small to complex surgeries. And when we saw that and when we interviewed patients and providers, we were right building a solution to solve that problem. When we interviewed 500 patients, we understood four things from the patients. Number one, what do they want to know once they reach home? We call education. Number two, we want to let the hospital know what we are feeling right now. I'm not feeling good. I'm feeling good. I want to let them know. And we call as an automation of follow-up. The third, we call recovery. I want to get better. I want to get better fast. And so what we do to give them the education and the information they need to get better. So we call part two recovery. And finally, I have many questions. And so we want to use data, strong data. With my background coming from data, I want to bring data in the heart of everything to solve problems, to solve the questions that the patients have. So those are the four things we focused on, and then we focus on the experience.
Yeah. So you're really filling a void, is that black box that a lot of people talk about, have a great experience, great surgery and all that kind of stuff. But it's like, as soon as they're discharged, it's like I disappeared. Yeah, and then it's hard for on both sides, both from the hospital side and the patient side, family side, to really have great communication that keeps readmissions from happening, that keeps a lot of phone calls from happening and things like that. And it's an easy solve, and that's what myBenefits does. So we'll talk about in the next episode that pivot that you all made. So again, thank you for being transparent and open with us and taking all of us along with you on this journey.
Thank you, Ed, for being an advisor. You've been fantastic.